But first, yeah, talk about, one, you gambling on this guy first feature. I know you had this short film, right, Two Soldiers. Can you talk about how you guys came together and how easy was it to get the financing on a movie like this, again, with a first
How easy or how hard?
Exactly.
Nothing has been easy, but it's been certainly rewarding finally getting there. But as far as Aaron is concerned, something happened to me that's never happened before, and I don't anticipate happening again. An agent from another agency, rather than pitching his own clients, pitched Aaron, who was at a different agency, and that just doesn't happen. So I immediately looked into it because I felt this guy must be good. And I was introduced to his short film, which was immaculate from a visual standpoint, but also very sort of relatable thematically to some of the notes get low hits, and we had a meeting, and that was it. We decided in the room we were going to do this together, and you know, we didn't think it would take another 5 years, but
we were ready to go. We were like, let's do this.
Yeah.
Cut to 5 years later.
Nobody wants to make a period film in the South with older characters with a first-time director. Not because it's not good, but it's just not an obvious way to go.
Is there anything we could have thrown in there? First-time director, older cast, period. Is there anything we could put in there
child
that would make it even harder?
Talk about, though, this incredible veteran cast. I mean, how is that a dream? I mean, and also specifically working with the cast, and then how do you get Bill Murray? Bill Murray is this elusive character who it seems very hard to get a script to. Can you talk about that as well?
Well, I'll let Dean talk about the Bill Murray story. That's a doozy. Working with the cast, though, was terrific. You know, Robert Duvall was involved with the project when I first met Dean. He'd expressed an interest in the character and the story, and Dean was developing it specifically for him. And I loved I thought, my gosh, the opportunity to work with, an icon on my first movie, I'm in. But then by the time we got off the ground and Sissy came aboard and Bill and Lucas Black, everybody we wanted to be in the movie said yes. It was a dream cast.
How did you get your chops working with actors? Because that's the thing with DPs. Often you get incredible compositions, color.
Right.
The actors, because it doesn't stop.
It's funny, when I was a cinematographer and I stared through the lens, the filter I used, was, does it feel right? Is it truthful, right? It wasn't so much, does it look pretty? Does it look nice? It was more like, does it feel right?
Okay.
And I don't know, it was just instinctual. Even with performances, it's does it feel right? Does it, does it feel right to me?
Okay.
So it was kind of the same tool, just applied to, performance versus photography, and and I think a lot of a director's job is to set an atmosphere. It's like trying to make two people fall in love. You can't tell them to. You can set a table, you can light candles and play music, but it's ultimately them that's got to make the magic.
Mm-hmm. Can you do the Bill Murray story real fast?
Sure. He was at the top of our list, but we didn't even know where to start, and we were facing so many other challenges and hurdles. We didn't want to add tracking down the elusive Bill Murray to that list, but we were also desperate. We were 7 years in, and we didn't have much to lose, so I called up his only known representative, his lawyer, and just asked point blank, how does one get in the Bill Murray business? And he says, well, they don't. What I tell people is to send a one-page synopsis. I'll send it to Bill, and you'll never hear back. So I didn't leave that conversation with a lot of optimism about landing Bill, but nevertheless, we sent the synopsis, and about 2 weeks later, there was a message on the office machine. Hi, this is Bill Murray. I'm interested in, the screenplay for Get Low if it's still available. And he left a P.O. box. And to us, it meant nothing, but for us it meant everything.
Yeah.
And
we were jumping up and down with joy.
We played it 3 or 4 times.
We sent the screenplay off, and then we sort of went, now what? Like the fish at the end of Finding Nemo, in the plastic bags.
We started incorporating it into our financial pitch, and we could clearly see a scenario in which it was going to be bill or bust.
Or bust.
And another couple weeks went by, and another call came in from Bill, and he was trying to track down Aaron's number. But I popped on the phone. We talked a little bit about this and that, and finally got around to the screenplay. And you could tell he was taken by the written word and the chance to work with Robert Duvall. But still, you never really know where that's gonna to lead. But when we needed him, and then Aaron wrote him a letter that went over very well, and we were throwing everything. Duvall wrote a letter, or at least he thinks he wrote a letter. Everybody wrote letters, but he was there, and then he was just brilliant, and a real sort of lightning rod for our project to get off the ground.
That's great. It's a good story and hell of a movie, fellas.
Thank you very much, and thanks for your help.